are truly going to spread democracy throughout the world, we must be able to put ourselves into the shoes of the people that we are directly interacting with. At some point, politics and the political decisions that are made by our leaders impact the lives of other people. I went into Iraq with no experience, no training, and no clue about what was going to happen to me. And I made this film because I care. I care about what happens in the world, and I truly hope that you care too. One day my guide got so frustrated with me expressing my opinion about what Iraq is like after Saddam Hussein that he took me to a special market. He led me into a dusty and dirty market that he explained to me was a very dangerous place and I should watch my back. We even grabbed 2 police officers to come with us as escorts through this particular market area. He actually explained to me that now that Iraq has democracy and freedom, that what is poured across the border, unfortunately, has been pornography, prostitution, drugs, and a thriving black market trade. Most of these things were cracked down on very severely when Saddam Hussein was in power, and now that he's gone, flourish on the streets openly. Many Iraqi citizens hate this Western influence. And my guide took me down to the market to show me what democracy looks like to Iraqis. Men of all ages were crammed around these stalls, rifling through pornography, trying to buy it. And my guide began to feel uncomfortable because I was there with my camera, pulled me out of there to leave. And it was then that we turned around and realized that the 2 police officers that we brought in with us were long gone. They themselves were actually pouring through the pornography DVDs themselves and had completely forgotten about providing security to us. So we decided it was time to leave the porno market. I was pretty shocked at this, and Hyder, my guide, actually said, "That's nothing." And he took me 2 blocks away around the corner to a theater that shows for the first time porno movies in Baghdad. And I had a chance to speak to the manager of the porno theater, who ironically used to be a mid-level government bureaucrat working for Saddam Hussein. His theater has a sellout show for every show, every day, 5 shows a day. While U.S. and Allied planes were bombing Baghdad at the start of the First Gulf War, 393 men, women, and children gathered into a bomb shelter in the upper middle class town of Amaria in Baghdad. This bomb shelter is reinforced with steel beams and 6-foot thick concrete walls. It was the safest place to hide when suddenly a 500-pound bunker-busting bomb was dropped right on this bomb shelter. Now, I had a chance to see what a bunker-busting bomb can do, and it ripped through 3 layers of this bomb shelter, through 24 feet of concrete altogether through the 3 floors, and it detonated right in the middle of this bomb shelter. 294 men, women, and children were killed in the blast. My guides pointed out the areas where you could see the horrifying outlines of people, human beings, that literally were incinerated when this bomb blew up. The heat was so great that there was nothing left of most people. Pictures of the victims line the wall in this dimly lit bomb shelter. As I walked through this memorial to the dead and saw the horrifying pictures of human beings that were burned to the walls and to the floor, I really had to ask myself about what is good and what is evil in a time like this. Who are the real victims when two nations go to war? Outside this memorial, there is a grave marker for each one of the victims of this bomb. In the center of the bomb shelter is a giant clock with the exact time that the bombing took place. Does it really matter what country these people are from? They're human beings. They were not armed. They weren't fighting a war. They were hiding. They were trying to protect and preserve their families. And they were incinerated. Is this terrorism? While they're wondering when is it that they're going to get what they were promised originally when we went into the country, and that was to liberate them and to rebuild their country. It seemed to me like their patience was beginning to run thin, and they wanted to like us. They wanted the American dream, and they're really wondering when it's going to happen. I think that the Iraqi people have been shown in the media what democracy looks like, and they were hoping that they would get their concept of democracy when they were asked to support the American entrance into their country. And I think what they're finding is that that democracy isn't looking like the democracy that they were told that it was going to look like. Baghdad has a serious infrastructure issue. The city itself is the size of Chicago, yet they only get power about 25% of the day. You get a constant reminder whenever you're driving through the city of this, because you can see the 4 smokestacks of the city's electrical power generating station. And every time I drove past it, only one stack was working. That was a constant, visual, frustrating reminder that really nothing has been fixed in this country, and it's been such a long time since we've taken control.
Well, now they are not speaking about power. You know why? Because there are other problems which make them forget the power, forget the war. Benzene, gas, everything is stopped. Life is simply stopped here in Baghdad.
Stoplights are out. The traffic is snarled. Many of the streets are closed because there is a bank or a wealthy individual or a Western business that's located on that street, and they'll close the streets off to protect those entities from terrorist attacks. As a result, most of the traffic funnels into a few central arteries, and with no streetlights or stop signs or stoplights, it's almost total chaos every single day.